Morning ladies, right, we're going to make this morning the little A-line dress with a cap sleeve. Very simple, don't let it daunt you, we'll go through it slowly. First of all you need a front facing and two back facings, and join these across the shoulder. Now, if you've not got an overlocker, you can always zigzag, but I'm going to show you another way to turn, to edge the bottom of there. Just turn a little tiny hem over. You could zigzag if you like, but I think this is a little bit neater. Okay, as you're facing, we're just going to lay that on one side for a moment, and let's make some pockets. I line them. It's just easier to handle, I think. Just lay it on there and take a... All my patterns I allow a foot width, so the edge of your foot is the width of your seam. And we're off again. Okay, I'm just going to go to the iron, turn these through and give them a quick press. Back in a minute. Okay, pressed and ready to go. Just run along the top, divide in half so you get your centre. Little notch. And then I'm going to put a pleat, just a little pleat, nothing too big, towards that notch. Now, the tape for the top. Now, this is actually bias binding tape, but you don't need to do it on the cross. Now, if you want to make some of this by yourself, it's very easy. Just cut a piece of fabric. This one is 2.5 inches. On the iron, fold it in half, so you've got a centre seam. And then the two edges, press those down so it looks like that. Now, I always sew my tape on the back side of it first. You have a little bit hanging over, she'll need that, and then sew on the fold line. A little bit over the edge. Oops. Now we're going to turn it over. That's what you've got. So we're now going to turn that over. And we're going to sew and cover that stitching. Can you see? Perhaps you could zoom in at this point. it's looking a little bit like that. Okay. Now we're going to put those on the dress. And Barbara's got a top tip for you. These you can put anywhere you like. You can put them low, at an angle, more straight, whatever. It's your design, so you can do it. I quite like them a little bit on there. And we're going to pin those down. Right, and this is where the top tip comes in. Fold the dress in half. Okay, turn it over and you can actually feel where that pocket is. So you can line it up so it'll be identical to the other side. Okay. There we go. And pin into place. So you have that. And it's identical. The level's right. Fold those bits in. Give a good back tack there, girls, because by the time the kiddies are putting their hands in the pockets all the time, it gets a lot of wear and tear. And sew around the edge, as close to the edge as you're happy with. Take off anything that you don't need. Okay, there we have it. There's the front of the little dress. Take those pins out. Alright, and we're going to make some little cap sleeves. And for this you need 2 circles. Alright, and we're going to fold those in half and join together. So they're now a half moon shape. And then about a half an inch, or no, an inch up, we're going to start pleating. Now I use one of these. You can use a pin, a needle, a chopstick, and I'm just putting very small little pleats into it. Till you've got to about the inch at the other side. And just check those to see if they're more or less the same length. Oh, my lucky day. And then fold in half. And put a notch in the centre. Join your front and your back of your dress at the shoulders. There's the front. Again, a foot width and a good back tack. Right. Open it up, and with the armhole, get the little sleeve and the notch in the middle. Line that up with your shoulder seam, right, and then just walk it down, and wherever it wants to sit, and run it on. And the next one. Try to cover your stitching. Alright, now there we are. So we have the front and the back with two sleeves on them. And now we're going to put the facing on the front. We'll go back to the facing. Line it up. Don't forget to put the front on the front of the dress. Many a time I put the back over that side. Silly me. And then line up your armhole, and the seam should marry up with the seam on the dress. Now make sure you don't catch the top of your little sleeve. Sometimes you just have to move it out of the way. You have to put notches up to your stitches, just on your curved bits, that's all. Let's do the other side now. Marrying your seam, your shoulder seams up. Because if you don't, it's not going to sit right. Okay. And neck, your curved edges. Right. Ladies, you need to zigzag this seam, your back seam, in the middle. I'm just going to do it quickly on the overlocker. Won't be a sec. Just a nice little tip. Ladies, if you've got a birthday coming up or something like that, might be nice to hint for an overlocker as a present. It will make your life so much easier. Right, we're going to sew around the neck of there. Right, so this is one back. Sorry, we're going to make this seam here on the back, I call it the back opening, just a little bit wider than what you would normally do. And round we go. Matching your seams up again. all sits nice and flat. Now at this point I want a small piece of elastic, about 1 inch. Okay, and I'm going to put that little loop in there. That's for the button. I use elastic because it gives, so it's not tight around the throat. We don't want to be strangling in these little treasures, do we? Alright, now we're going to trim. We're going to trim the neck. We'll put little notches in it so that it comes through nicely. Put them corners up. So now you've got this. Move it this way. So you put the back pieces, the back of the dress, away from you. Yeah? Now, from the front, go in and pull out that back piece. Turn it through the shoulder. And just keep pulling, it will come. There we are. Again, we're going to pull this dress through the inside of that shoulder, between the dress and the interfacing. There you go, it's come through. So this is what we have now. Put those corners out. Oops. Whoa. I didn't catch that, and I need it catching. I'm just opening a little gap up. And I'm going to push it through. And sew it again. Have we managed it? Yeah. Okay, so this is what we've got. Now at this point I go and press it. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. What a difference an iron can make, eh? I was always taught when I was doing my apprenticeship to sew and to press as you go. Drummed into me. Alright, so we're going to join the side seams. Lift up the facing. What's important here, can you see what I'm doing? I'm lining up the dress and the armhole sleeves so they're exactly the same at that point. I don't know if you can see. Yeah? And the same on the other side. So line up. It's the underarm that you're lining up of the dress. No? I don't know how I can show you. Don't worry if these are not lining up. That's not important. What is important is that those two seams are lined up together. I'm going to overlap that late now. Okay, but you can zigzag it. Back in a sec. Okay. Now, why it was important to get the underarms level with one another is that I'm going to turn that over now on that seam and sew that down. You see? So that when I turn it back through, I haven't got a horrible big lump there. It's all nice and flat and comfier. And again, fold it on that seam and line it up and sew it down. And then pull it through, and that way you've got a really lovely flat seam. Okay, time to join the back up. Now I'm going to show you how to do an open seam. Alright, remember ladies that these dresses are going to be washed in a river or a canal. They don't have an iron, so if we make them so that they're easy care for, line it up together and then fold your top one just over and sew on that fold line. I'll give you a close-up in a minute of it. I'm going to sew into there. Just a couple of stitches. Can you see that? Zoom in on it. I'm sewn on the fold near to the edge, but that seam will permanently stay open now. Okay, what do we need to do now? We need to hem the bottom. Again, ladies, if you've overlocked, or if you've not got an overlock, a zigzag is just as good. Okay, we're gonna just put a small hem on it. Right, starting For the back neck edge, we're going to do a top stitch around the neck. Right, using your foot as a guide. And this back opening down there, because we need to make it good and strong. We need to sew a button on there. And by magic, we have a button on it. Another one of my top tips, clear nail polish, just a dab on the button. That button won't come off now. Alright, now it's playtime. Ladies, I recommend that you buy some fabric glue. It's amazing stuff. Alright, and it's got a sort of give to it that fabric needs. Now I'm going to put a blob there, a blob there, and one there. And then we can decorate. So, a little bow there, one there, and the last one. And the little girl will have a dress. Voila! Happy sewing, ladies.